Our choice is Conor McPherson. Conor is the personification of what the A.W.B. Vincent Literary Award is about. We are blessed to have him as our contemporary.
Really lovely to get a lovely surprise like this where you wouldn't think people were thinking about you in that kind of way. It's quite humbling, really. It's a real honour. It's amazing seeing the previous recipients of this award and then realising that your name is on that list with Austin Clarke, Seamus Heaney, Brian Friel, John McGarren, Nuala Ní Dhomhnaill, Emma O'Donoghue, Roddy Doyle, the list goes on and on. Well, I suppose being a playwright, sharing this honour with someone like Brian Friel is kind of meaningful in that playwrights, yes, we're writers, but we often tend not to be part of literary festivals and things like that because we don't really have that kind of work that's supposed to be read like that. The work is supposed to be performed. I've been familiar with what the Ireland Funds have been doing for a long time now. They're amazing supporters of the arts and education in general, which is wonderful benefit for, not just I think for Irish people, but helping the Irish arts to thrive abroad as well.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Reeds drifting on by. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom in the trees, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
And I hope you're feeling good. Welcome one and all to Ireland Fund's Big Bash, Ireland Fund's virtual fundraiser. My name is Paul Martell and I'm delighted to be your MC this evening. As a matter of fact, I haven't worked since the 14th of March. I'm delighted to be anywhere. But listen, we have a great night planned, Lots of entertainment. You will hear from the chairman, Yvonne Labat. You will hear from the Irish ambassador, Brendan O'Queely, and a special VIP guest. Tonight, we will let you know about the projects that we're involved in here at Ireland Funds Australia. There's an auction that's got great, wonderful weekend for 4 people at the Coolmore Stud. If you're into horses, if you're not into horses, Coolmore in the Hunter Valley is fantastic. Cruising on the harbour, on the yacht Sydney, for 12 people, unbelievable. What about having lunch or dinner with the CEO of Qantas? Would you like that? He's a Dublin man. Alan Joyce has given up his time for Ireland Funds Australia to host a lunch. So think about that. I mean, you can sit there and ask him anything you like. You can say, Alan, is it all right living on 10 million a year? I've no idea. Now, the fabulous afternoon cruise, your own private yacht. That's the auction. You can also pledge or donate any time throughout the evening of the fund. Ireland Funds auvirtual.org, and you can see the QR code on the screen with me now, and I would encourage you to please get bidding and donating right now. We'll be crossing live to some homes because we're talking to people here in Sydney, in Melbourne. I hope the weather's good in Melbourne. It was terrible today in Sydney, and in Brisbane, and say hello to your Premier, Anastasia Plokadok, because she won't let us in there. We're the unclean. But anyway, we're going to have a fabulous night. We've got great entertainment. We've got, he was the lead singer in Excess. He'll be with us this evening, and his name is Kieran Gribben, so he's going to come along and sing live in the studio right now. We're going to have photographs. If you can send us your photographs, SMS your photographs to Teresa, 0410-633-598. We'd love to see you and enjoy yourselves. We want tonight to be as interactive as possible. You can ring us up on the chat line. You'll find the icon on your laptop, so ring us up. Am I running out of time? We want to thank all our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important we thank the sponsors. At the end of the night, we're going to have a group photograph, so you've all got to get in front of your laptop. We'll take a photograph. We're going to give a hamper to the best people. We're ready to go. Listen, I didn't get a hamper, but what I did get was a wee bottle of this. Now, I poured myself a glass. I'd like everybody there to charge your glasses and raise your glasses to let's raise as much money as we can for Ireland Funds Australia. Sláinte. God love you. Here we go. I got it's real. I thought it was ginger ale. Now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'm going to introduce a couple of special guests. You'll hear from the Irish ambassador that I mentioned, but first we've got a very important man. He's a wee Ballymena man, but he's become one of Hollywood's biggest stars, and he's here tonight to give you a message. You probably know the man as the man that said, "I will find you and I will kill you." Would you please welcome Liam Neeson.
Welcome, friends. Liam Neeson here. Before anything else, I hope that you and your families are healthy and well. I want to thank you for joining us tonight to support the important work done by the Ireland Funds. You know, it's no secret that the impact of the global pandemic has made things very hard for charitable causes all over the world, including those that the Ireland Funds supports back in Ireland. The Ireland Funds have been there to make a difference for the people of Ireland for over 40 years. We've been there to support worthy organisations throughout all of Ireland, north and south, in good times and in bad. And things are extremely tough in Ireland right now. Our support is needed now more than ever. So tonight, through the power of technology, we gather together as a family to continue to deepen our connection to the island of Ireland through our support of the Ireland Funds. Thank you for being there. Thank you so much.
Díobh Chárta, annáthas an chance seo a bheith agam buíochas a gáil na Lucht Ireland Funds Australia. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to say a few words of support of the virtual Ireland Fund event you're enjoying tonight. Your work is very important, has been very important, continues to be very important, and will always be. Just last week, Taoiseach Micheál Martin spoke about the shared island and how the process of reconciliation and the consolidation of peace in the island of Ireland is as important now as it was in 1998 when the Good Friday Agreement was signed. So thank you for your work on that. I suppose it's all the more important at this very challenging time in Australia here because of COVID-19. And sadly, it's even more challenging in Ireland. We've had more deaths and more people affected by this. So thank you again for your commitment to Ireland in good times and in bad. Keep with it. Keep supporting the Ireland Funds projects here in Australia, but have also projects here in Australia and Indigenous students and others. The work of reconciliation on the island of Ireland.
Thank you, Liam.
It's a very important place. You have a role to play in that process. And thank you for that.
Thank you, Liam, and thank the ambassador. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the chairman of the funds, the Ireland Funds Australia, Yvonne Labat.
Good evening, friends. My name is Yvonne Labat and I'm the chairman of the Ireland Funds Australia, and welcome to our virtual event this evening. I'd like to sit back and relax with a traditional welcome to country.
Welcome to the Eora Nation. To the north, the Hawkesbury River. To the west, the Nepean River. To the south, the Georges River. And in between those three mighty rivers is the Eora Nation. I'd like to acknowledge our Aboriginal elders, all elders, past and present, and pay my respects. This nation that we're in today is pristine. It dates back tens and thousands of years. It was, is, and always will be Aboriginal land. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Wow, wasn't that fantastic? Just gives me goosebumps thinking about what a wonderful and amazing country that we actually live in here today. I'd like to start by saying thank you. Thank you for letting us into your homes with you this evening. We hope you are surrounded by your family and friends and that all of you are staying safe and well. We have really missed you. We've missed our amazing luncheon at St. Lucia in Brisbane, or our annual dinner down in Melbourne, and really sadly we've missed the garden party here in Sydney. And we hope that you have actually missed us too. Tonight, we'd like to have a chance to update you a little bit about the work of the fund during this challenging year. I'd like to talk about how we've coped this year. I'd like to let you know how really important your ongoing help and support actually is to us. And also, I'm hoping that through the evening tonight, you'll have a chance to have lots of fun with your family and friends. We've got amazing entertainment lined up for you this evening, and so we hope you will have a wonderful and enjoyable evening. So firstly, start about the year. Well, you won't be surprised to know that financially it's been extremely challenging for us, as it has for many people throughout the world. Without any major events face-to-face, it hasn't been possible for us to generate the funds that we normally would. However, we have been blessed with incredible major donors, governors and sponsors who've continued to help us throughout the year. And so I would like to say a fantastic thank you to Teresa and to Jen and to our board for all of the extra effort that was required this year in order to help us navigate these financially challenging times. Despite this, we have hit some really amazing and positive outcomes. Firstly, if you can remember back in January, which seems a really long time ago now, Australia and the eastern seaboard was gripped by incredible bushfires, devastating large tracts of land and impacting our native animals and native bushland to an incredible extent. We got together and we, for the first time ever, created a global Australian bushfire appeal that all of the chapters from the Ireland Fund around the world agreed to support. We were very excited. We knew we had to do something to bring some immediate response to what will be a long drawn out rejuvenation, particularly of the animals and native habitat. We did generate funds to support that globally, but unfortunately the pandemic actually had silently crept around the world at the time when the global appeal was about to launch in March of this year. We did, however, manage to donate grants of over 250,000. So in addition to the bushfire appeal, we were able to support a range of projects both here in Australia and internationally. One of the good things about having a virtual evening is that you can hear about some of the projects that we've supported, not just from me, but from some of our other directors. And so this evening, Patrick Tuttle and Ray Wilson will be talking you through a couple of the projects that matter most to them, and they'll be sharing some of the impact that those projects have actually had on the ground this year. I'd like to talk a little bit about the emergency COVID fund that the global chapters of the Ireland Fund established to assist emergency support on the ground in Ireland. As you can well imagine, the most disadvantaged are the most impacted by COVID, and not just the individuals, but the charities and the projects that are supporting them have also been dramatically impacted by a reduction in funds. And so the Ireland Fund's established a COVID emergency fund, and we'd like to share with you now some of that work that the COVID emergency fund has undertaken in Ireland during the year.
In the middle of the COVID-19 response. We are based down in the Duncairn Centre, who have been very kind to let us use their premises. Currently, we are providing food hampers to between 300 and 400 families a week.
And we're just basically trying to do what we've always done within our capabilities and within our capacity, responding to needs. we had an average weekly footfall of 2,000 plus folk. So our income stream has taken quite a heavy hit, as you can imagine. And the Ireland Fund said, well, we would like to help. The emergency funds we've received from the Ireland Fund have been essential in keeping the doors open at the moment.
In April, distributed the largest ever volume of food through our hubs at 127 tonnes, and that's actually more than double the same time last year. There were new charity organisations that were set up in response to COVID, so we recognised that there was actually an increased demand for food. The COVID-19 crisis has really shown the importance of food and the power of food to bring people together.
We realised very quickly that families were living in a pressurised environment, like a pressure cooker, and all the supports that they needed and had been used to were no longer available to them. So it was really important that we were there to say, how can we help you with a routine for your child? How can we help you think about some homeschooling, which for some people was just overwhelming.
If children don't get the support before the age of 3, that actually they never catch up. So our goal is to ensure that children have the language literacy and numeracy skills. So the funding from the Ireland Funds for activity packs, education materials, play mats for the babies have just been such a great support to us.
The Ireland Funds has been fundamental in allowing us to respond quickly. Credible community action from our charity partners across the country in supporting those who are affected most by the crisis. And these acts of kindness are only possible because of the support of organisations like the Ireland Funds.
We would have a simple message for the Ireland Fund donors. Each one of you have helped to change the lives of children and ensured that they will succeed in education. So thank you.
So a message to people who have made this emergency funding possible is simply a thank you, and that really doesn't come close to expressing the gratitude that I feel and the people who have benefited from their generosity feel as well. But that said, I do want to say it again, a very sincere thank you.
You have made a transformative effect on what organisations like Bernarda's can do for children, young people and their parents who need us and who need you and your support and interest in them and the work that we do on your behalf.
We did through the year find some new ways of connecting with you. The young leaders inspired us to create some digital forums to connect. The trivia evening, the amazing wine and art took us to Clonmacnoise. That was pretty incredible. And obviously the Global 5K. None of that would have been possible without the energy and enthusiasm of our young leaders. The Global 5K this year reconnected many cities around the world that hadn't participated last year, and that was also possible because of the efforts of our young leaders. Through the Global 5K, we supported 2 programs, Beyond Blue here in Australia and My Mind in Ireland. Charities that are seeing a significant increase in demand as people come to grapple with the challenges that COVID-19 has created. Thank you to all of our young leaders. Well, here's the bit where you can actually come in and really kind of help us. What we need from you to do this evening is to really support us generally. This is a significant or only opportunity this year to actually raise some funds to keep us afloat and to keep those critical projects that we're support going. So what you can do tonight is jump online in our online auction, and hopefully you'll find some exciting items there that you or some of your friends might enjoy. Or you can make a donation also online, and obviously all donations over $2 are tax deductible. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you once again for joining us this evening. Teresa will be back a little bit later on to share how well we've gone. We hope that you have an amazing, enjoyable evening. Obviously, Paul Martell will be telling all the jokes, so that will be actually fantastic. And you don't need to stay silent. I know you're on mute right now, but you don't have to be muted all night. You can jump on the chat and let us know if you would like to talk to us, or let us come into your home tonight in a much more visual way. Until then, I just want to say thank you so much. As I know all of you are, looking forward to 2021 as a better and brighter future, and that will be possible for most of the projects we're supporting with your help this evening. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Yvonne. And we share in your comments. We hope 2021 is better than this year. But the people that have helped us tonight, the captains in Brisbane and Melbourne and Sydney, they're out there. We're going to cross to one of them now. So I'm going to cross to David Woodward in Melbourne. David, are you there?
G'day, Paul. How are you?
Hanging in there, David. As Dan
just
Andrews,
checking
one
in
of your
here
guests.
from slightly damp Melbourne. It's been pretty good so far. I've got a slightly loose crew here behind me.
I see that.
We're doing our best down here, Paul.
You didn't invite Dan Andrews?
No.
Not a good point. All right, we'll leave that.
We're happy to be let out. Very excited.
Whereabouts are you?
We're in Brighton.
Brighton.
In a park. This is my house, Paul. I thought I'd open the gardens tonight for a few people for the event.
Yes, I see.
Camboot Gardens.
I know. We normally have it in Sydney at Lady Fairfax's old little weekender. It's a bit like that one. When you move into Brighton, does your accent change?
Yes, it does. It does change.
Well, from Morty Alec to Brighton.
Brighton, yes.
I love it. So the hamper, is there still some left from the hamper?
I think we've got the Baileys left, but not for long. Nothing else is left.
You just need an old widow from Tipperary to drink the Baileys, I suppose.
All been very well received, so lots of fun
Good
being
stuff.
had down here from Melbourne.
David, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Enjoy the night.
Bye.
God love you. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a wonderful piece for you. It's called Music Generation. Now, this is a partnership between U2 and the Ireland Funds. It's providing music education to all children in Ireland. So enjoy this segment.
My name is Iona Ritchie and I'm a member of Music Generation Waterford's Senior Traditional Music Ensemble from County Waterford. Although sadly we are unable to perform for you in person today, we are delighted to present to you a virtual performance of the complete senior ensemble playing Marco Lopez, composed by Brian Finnegan. Since March 2020, all of our Music Generation Waterford classes have been moved from the classroom to the Zoom call, and it's been great that during this time of uncertainty we have continued to learn, to interact and to perform. We'd like to say a huge thank you to the Ireland Funds for all they've done to make music possible for children and young people in Ireland. I hope you enjoy.
isn't that special?
I have a story actually I can tell you about music. I was playing golf with the Archbishop David Cremin, right, who's from Cavan, and we played golf, and he said, so where are you from? I said, I'm from Belfast. I was born in Belfast, left it several years ago, and I've been in Australia for over 40 years. He said, Belfast? He says, I met another entertainer from Belfast when I was at the Lincoln Center in America. I said, who was that, your bishopness? He said, James Galway. I said, oh, the flautist. He said, yes. He said, I found him a little acerbic. I said, why is that? He said, when we met, he said, I better tell you right now, I don't believe in God. And I said to the bishop, what did you say? He said, it won't be a problem. I can't play the flute. Now, that's my only music story and my little link for this next segment, because now I'm inviting, after the music generation, I'm inviting the executive director. Here she is, Teresa Keating. Her and her staff have put this whole thing together, so give them a virtual round of applause. We can hear you in Melbourne. Brisbane, we need a bit louder, little louder, little louder. Okay, that's fine. Teresa, welcome. Talk about the auction.
Paul, thank you so much indeed. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. It's tinged with a little bit of sadness because face-to-face events is what the Ireland Fund does. It's in our DNA. We come together, we have some fun, we enjoy entertainment, great food, and most of all, we know at the same time that we're doing something good. So tonight, it's a tiny bit different. We're doing all of those things. We're giving back. We're here to give back. It's virtual, but it's still wonderful. I can't tell you how pleased and delighted I am to be here this evening with so many viewers. Tonight wouldn't be possible without all of you and also our very important sponsors. I'm delighted to outline the live auction items or online auction items that we have this evening. They're all contained in your programme that everyone should have received, and if not, you got an online copy. But we have 6 wonderful items, Paul. The first one is a radio advertising package, courtesy of Australian Radio Network and Kieran Davis. It's valued at $30,000. You can advertise on one station or across the network of 9 stations. As I said, it's valued at $30,000, and we currently have a bid of $12,500. Great value at that price. The second item, Paul.
It's not even half what it's worth, but it's a great. Okay.
Absolutely. The second item is a trip on Sydney Harbour on your own private yacht, courtesy of Charles Curran. Charles is a wonderful supporter of the Ireland Funds, been chairman for many years, and we're delighted to have this fabulous item. It's for a trip on Sydney Harbour on the yacht Sydney for 12 people. It's a 4-hour sail. You can have an afternoon sail or a twilight sail. As I said, your own private yacht. We currently have a bid on this item of $4,000. Again, wonderful value on this item.
$4,000. If you tried to do that without going through what's happening tonight, just to ring up the Sydney Yacht Club or say I want to charter a sailing yacht for 12 people with food and drink, you wouldn't get it for $4,000.
It cost an awful lot.
And I've been on Charles Curran's boat Sydney, and it's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So big guys, get in there.
Absolutely. And thank you again to Charles. Item 3 is a weekend away at the famous Coolmore Stud in the Hunter Valley, courtesy of Coolmore, Niall Ronan, who's watching tonight. Hi, Niall, and also the Magnier family. Again, it's a wonderful item, a fabulous break in these times that we all need. It's a 2-night stay for 4 people. You have a private tour of the stud. There's dinner on one night. So it's just a fabulous getaway. We currently do have a bid on that item of $2,500. So again, great value at that price. So please keep bidding.
Absolutely.
The next item is a wonderful electrical goods package for your kitchen, courtesy of Glendimplex. If you're anything like me, you need all the help you can get in the kitchen. These items are fabulous looking, they're fabulous to use. Again, we do have a bid on these items of $600, so please, there's lots of time to bid. Well, in fact, there isn't. You probably have another 10 minutes. So
yeah, 8:15 it closes, 8:15, so you got about 16 minutes.
Terrific. The next item is it's a unique item. It's a virtual tour of the iconic library at Trinity College and the Book of Kells. Now, this obviously is a virtual tour, great prize or present for someone, and the tour will be conducted by two very knowledgeable people, the head librarian and archivist, and also the head conservationist at Trinity College. So a wonderful item for anyone to undertake.
Have you been to? Have you?
I've physically been there to tour.
Yeah, I did. I was in Ireland in 2006 for the Ryder Cup at the K Club, and I got there, and I had my teenage son with me. You know what they're like? Like we were always fighting, because he said to me once, he said, "If you were always fighting, why did you have me?" And I said, "We didn't know it was going to be you." But I took him to Trinity. He didn't want to go, but when he got in to see the Book of Kells and the history of Trinity College and the whole thing, he became a different person, and he's grown into a good man. I'm very proud of him now.
Fantastic.
He's a chef in Western Australia.
Wonderful.
Lives there with my ex-wife, but Jesus, listen. Continue.
We do currently have a bid on that item of $750. Our last item is an absolutely wonderful item. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to dine out with Alan Joyce, Dublin man, CEO of Qantas. Alan is a wonderful supporter of the work of the fund. He was chairman for a couple of years, and again, he's given us his time to offer this wonderful dining opportunity for 6 people down at Olio at Spice Alley in Chippendale. So look, a fabulous, fabulous item. So I encourage everyone to bid well, bid high, to help us to continue the work of the fund, and we really, really, really appreciate all that you do for us and our supporters.
Absolutely. I mean, outside the fund and outside the connections with Alan Joyce, it would have been impossible to ring up Qantas and say, "Oh, a couple of my mates would like to have lunch with Alan," and ask him a million questions. Wouldn't happen, but tonight it can happen. So get online and get in there with the bids. Because we're going to provide an update with the bids and tell everyone online the auction will close, as I said, at 8:15. 8:15. So that's more or less it as regards to the auction.
It is indeed.
Well done, Teresa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
Now I'm delighted to hand over to Directors of the Ireland Fund Australia, Patrick Tuttle and Ray Wilson. Here they are.
Hi everyone, my name's Patrick Tuttle and I'm speaking to you today in my capacity as a Board Director and Treasurer of the Ireland Funds Australia, a role I've held for nearly 5 years now. During that time, my wife Nicole and I have been regular attendees at the worldwide conferences hosted in Ireland every year, where we've had the opportunity to meet many friends of Ireland across the globe. As well as the personal connections and friendships we've made, we've also had the opportunity to witness firsthand many of the great projects and people being supported by the Ireland Funds, and more importantly, the tremendous impact that this financial support is providing each and every year. A couple of years ago, as part of the conference, a number of us visited the Learning Hub in Limerick. Learning Hub Limerick was created with an overall aim of working in partnership with local education providers, families and young people to develop and implement practical and solutions-focused responses to the very high levels of educational disadvantage and early school leaving experienced by local communities on the north side of Limerick City. Attending Learning Hub is very much sought after, with a waiting list of young people wanting to attend to learn in an interesting and fun way about science, technology, art, sport, music and health, amongst other things. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, all the services Learning Hub typically provides have had to move online. Imperfect as that is, it's the only way they've been able to continue. To enable that to happen, they've had to upskill staff, and ensure that students have access to adequate broadband, a device on which to access the content, and the ability to access the content in a stable home environment conducive to and encouraging of learning. Many of the students live in 3-bedroom dwellings with between 4 and 10 occupants in each, so in many cases they're in very crowded environments. All of Learning Hub's weekly income has essentially disappeared since early March 2020. Much of the funding they receive is for project-specific purposes. Not all of it covers day-to-day running costs, and none of it covers contingency or pandemic situations, such as the one we're currently enduring. So the Island Funds sent through our financial support to Learning Hub as early as it could in advance of our June grant round, and we know they're incredibly appreciative of our ongoing support. In a small way, Nicole and I are really grateful that we've been able to personally help an education-based project like Learning Hub Limerick in the land of my family's ancestors, who lived in and around the townland of Ina near Ennis before migrating to Australia in the late 1870s. On behalf of the Island Funds, we thank you for your continuing support of this vital work. We also encourage you all to get more involved. COVID-19 will continue to present challenges all around the world, none more so than in Ireland, so our help is needed more now than ever before. Thank you.
I was delighted to join the board of the Island Funds in Australia last year and to have recently participated in the June 2020 annual grants round, which saw support 18 projects in Ireland and Australia. I'd like to highlight 3 of those projects, all of which I visited in Dublin in February this year, before the world was turned upside down. The first is Inner City Enterprise, a wonderful organisation that helps young unemployed people set up in business. In the last 7 years, they've helped over 1,000 such businesses be established. And given the impact of the coronavirus and the high rates of youth unemployment in Ireland, their services are in ever more demand. With the support of the Ireland Funds, they are able to continue to provide their 4-week training programme and financial support to young people who are willing to back themselves. The second organisation I'd like to mention is the Community Action Network, an organisation that works with local inner city communities in Dublin to address issues of social justice and inequality. Unfortunately, inequality and exclusion are still afflicting so many communities in Ireland, particularly in the centre of Dublin. As a direct result of our funding, Community Action Network is helping these communities to build resilience and to provide leadership and mentorship to young people who might otherwise fall victim to antisocial or even criminal behaviours. And finally, I'm absolutely delighted that we're supporting the No Mind Left Behind project, which provides third-level educational scholarships to people from social disadvantage. This year we're providing 3 very impressive students from James Street Christian Brothers School, my old school as it turns out, with scholarships to pursue their third-level education. Jambo was very good to me, gave me a great education and a great start in life, and I'm truly delighted that we're able to help that school and those 3 very impressive students. So, thank you for all your support, and please spread the good word about the powerful and important work of the Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick and Ray. Thank you. Great words, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Look, before we go to the leaderboard to see how the online auction's going, we're going to show you some of the photographs that you have sent in. You've been really great tonight, interactive. You've been sending the photographs in. We're going to show them on the screen now, some of the photographs, and then we'll talk about the auction. Here we go. Now, I've got no script to talk over this. That looks like Brisbane, on the Brisbane River. I may be wrong. It's a great shot, girls. I'm seeing you. They're all coming through now. Okay. Where's the next photograph? Oh, okay, that was a hamper. Where was the food? I thought there was going to be food with that. Looks small. Sit down, he says. Jay says, no, sit down. Okay, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the photographs. There's still time, as I mentioned. Okay, nice photograph. Right, back to me. There you go. Well done. Thanks for sending the photographs in. Now, we're going to take a look at the leaderboard for the auction. And you've just got a few moments left for last bids. When you look through the program, the auction is amazing. Some of the items that you have that I've been to many sportsmen's functions over the years that I've worked at AFL Grand Finals and State of Origin. Is that a wrong word? I should talk about Brisbane? Sorry, okay, State of Origin. But you don't get items like this at the auction. And some of the bids are really about half the price what you would normally pay for them. But I encourage you to have a look at the auction and seriously consider that lunch with Alan Joyce, Coolmore Stud. That is an experience that you cannot find. Plus, you're having dinner there. You're staying over. You'll get to see all the equine. You'll get a tour around there. And of course, the yacht on Sydney Harbour, unbelievable. This is the money that's coming up at the moment. Pledge total is $20,850. You need to stand up and give yourself a great round of applause. And if there's anything left in your hamper, join me with a glass of Jameson, and we'll go slunch it together. Not that I'm driving home. I don't drive home anymore. I have an application on my iPhone. If I've had a drink, I push the application, and 20 minutes later, a man walks in and says, "Are you Paul Martell?" I says, "I am." He said, "Give us the keys," and he drives me home. Ladies and gentlemen, this started for me on Christmas Eve 2 years ago. I was working at a function in the Hilton in Sydney, and the guy picked me up and drove me home. He said, "Wake up, you idiot, you're home." I said, "It's Christmas Eve. Would you like to come in for a drink?" He said, "I wouldn't mind." So I brought the driver in with a couple of drinks. Well, with more than a couple. As a matter of fact, after a while, I looked at my watch and said, "You better stay the night. I'll drive you home tomorrow." So I drove the driver home. And when we got there, he said, "It's Christmas Day. Would you like to come in for a drink?" He said, "I wouldn't mind." So I went in for a drink. With several drinks, I played Celebrity Head with the kids. He said, "Stay the night. I'll drive you home tomorrow." It was Easter before I got rid of this man. Now, enough of my nonsense. The auction. Have we seen all the auction? There it is. There's that secret Q word. The group shot. Are we about to have the group shot? We're going to get people into the group shot. The auction will close in 4 minutes. You've got 4 minutes for your last bids, ladies and gentlemen. The auction will close in 4 minutes. I'll reiterate, I'll remind you, and after this we're going to go, we'll do the photo shot, we'll do the group photo shot, and then we're going to live music, and this man will rock your socks because, as I said, he was the lead singer of INXS. He just released his new single record today, and we'll be talking about that. It's called Victoria, and I'm talking about Kieran Gribben, former leader singer of INXS, and he was a Grammy-nominated songwriter at the American Grammys, so a big talent there. But wonderful weekend for 4 at Coolmore, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, 6 people to dine with Alan Joyce. Fabulous afternoon cruise on Sydney Harbour on the yacht Sydney. So there you have it. Some of the great auctions. We're counting down. We've got 2 minutes to go. The count has gone up. Are you with me? Are you serious? $47,000? That is amazing. If there's anything left in your hamper, crack the bottle and have another wee glass with myself. As I said, I'm not driving home, but congratulations and thank you so much on behalf of Ireland Funds Australia. Thank you so much for your help. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. And if you run into Anastasia, will you tell her to open the borders? We'd love to get up there. Apparently Victoria Koreans are allowed up there now. How did that work out? Sydney Siders can't get there. My daughter lives up there, but that's the reason. Anyway, Sláinte, well, the auction is now closed. I think that's the time. Oh, a minute to go, 30 seconds to go, 30 seconds to go. This time of the year, I'm normally on a cruise ship, but people don't cruise anymore. The last one I was on was with Americans, and they were all concerned about the election. Well, we know what's happening there. It's a debacle, and it's still ongoing. And it was all over a wall. Trump wanted, there's the photographs. Girls, you're looking great. Give me a Sláinte. Girl, I see you. Wave back, wave back. Come on.
Hello.
That's the group photograph.
Fantastic.
That's fantastic. We've got that. We've got that.
So that's the throw to the chute.
Oh, that's the Chute family. Siobhan and Bruges, are you there? Can I hear you? Siobhan and Bruges. Oh, you are. There you are. The Chute family.
And say hello to Larry.
Hello to Mammy.
Hi, Dad.
And we're also we're going to cross to Paddington. We have the young leaders over there. The young leaders there, Donna and Hazel. Where's Donna and Hazel? Are you there? Magic of science. You'll cross any second now. What did Mammy say?
So now we have the young leaders. Just give us a second to get there.
Okay, the young leaders over at Paddington. Can we cross there to Hazel?
Not there.
Hello, Hazel, or is that Donna?
That's Hazel.
That's Hazel. Oh, that's the ceiling. Hazel, can you explain why we're looking at the ceiling?
Okay, we're going to have to start the video.
That's not a view that you look at a lot, is it?
What do you mean?
That's a great group there you go. Hazel Donna. The young leaders over there at Paddington. I'm hearing all you're saying. You still got plenty left in your hamper. That child should be in bed. All right, thank you very much, girls and boys. Okay, we're gonna get ready for the group photograph. We need all the groups, the table captains, get everybody around the laptop, and we're all going to do a photograph. I'll give you a couple of seconds to get in the place, and then I'm going to call you to. We're trying to get all the photographs up on the screen of everybody in that photograph, and we're going to send the hamper out to the best looking group. I think it's in the studio.
Here we are. Is that us? Oh my God, that's awesome!
We can't see all of the groups.
All of the groups, we can certainly see some. So, Paul, that's wonderful to see a number of people. And yeah, that's great that they're giving us a wave. We've got Charles Curran.
Charles Curran.
Fantastic. Graham Scott. Graham, wonderful to see you there. Kieran Murphy. The Chute family. The young leaders.
The young leaders, they're all there.
How fantastic.
Are you all ready? We're going to take a photograph. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And cheers and happy Christmas and happy 2021. Well done. All right. We're going to let you know who the winner is. We're going to announce the auction winners. No, we're not. We're going to email you. We're going to let you know. Guys, stay there. Fill up your glasses. I've got a great guest coming along. Welcome, Kieran Gribben. Come and Kieran, sit here beside me. I think we can pick you up on my microphone. It's been fantastic. It's been a big success.
Great.
And you've been a great success. How long were you? Listen to this, guys. Pay attention now. This man was the singer with In Excess. What period of time was that?
We're talking, I got the gig probably 9 years ago, and then I toured with them for just over a year. So, and came to Australia when I got the gig with In Excess. And
did you audition for it overseas? Or?
I met Andrew, the keyboard player in the band, at a party in the Northern Beaches of Sydney. And after 2 or 3 nights of socialising and partying.
I know what that means.
Yeah. Having a few. It was a great, just hanging out, and at a party 3 nights into the partying, we started singing songs, and that was it. So here I am in Australia nearly 10 years later.
10 years later.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Where's home?
I'm from County Derry, South Derry, little village called Castledolphin.
Okay.
So, actually, our claim to fame is Seamus Heaney, the poet, was born on the road that I was born on, the Brook Road.
On the Brook Road.
So that's.
I was there in 2019. My present wife, I always say present because you know, I could get in a lift tomorrow and go, didn't know you were alive.
Exactly.
You know? So my present wife and I, we were on an American ship, and we were going from Norway to Scotland and into Derry. And my wife went on a tour, and I went with the Americans to see Shane O'Lowry win the British Open at Royal Portrush, one of the greatest golf courses on the planet. So I was very close to your home. Very close to your home. Tell me about the new record.
Yeah, today I'm just I'm kind of buzzing because it's the first release I've had. Well, this year because of COVID, there has been no gigging and touring and running around, so I've been able to sort of stay in the studio, write, be creative, finish the projects that I wanted to finish. And today I'm releasing a song called Victoria.
How can these guys get Victoria?
It's an it'll be on. Go to my website, Kieran Gribben. You'll find out what I'm doing. There's more music. There's an EP coming out in December, but it's on all Spotify, Apple Music, all the usual places.
Okay, and the song you wrote, Victoria.
It's I wrote the song with a friend of mine, a boy called Dan Fallon, who's an Aussie, but obviously Irish descent.
Yes.
And really good friend he's actually the editor of the BBC website here in Australia. But he's a fantastic musician, saxophone, and we've gigged many times, and we wrote the song about. That's the beautiful thing about the song. We wrote it about less than 3 months ago. Recorded, video shot, and it's out. And that's a wonderful achievement for me because it takes so long.
Because of the modern media, people can get your music straight away.
That's I think I've talked about it with a lot of musician friends recently. This era has sort of brought in here we are now, technological advancement where and creative people can do creative things and be direct with their audience. So I'm really excited about finishing musical projects and getting it out direct to fans. You don't need any industry anymore. It's such a wonderful.
I met Kieran, was it last year in Canberra? We did a gig together.
Yes, that's right.
Do you remember that?
I remember.
Yeah. And I'd never met him before, I'd never heard him sing before, but you're in for a treat because this man is a serious talent. So you go and get ready, tune up, do all the stuff.
Thank you.
Kieran Gribben coming your way very, very soon. Now, I've got Madam Running Back.
And here we are, Paul. We'll give you the results of the live auction. So Australian Radio Network has gone for $12,500. A huge thank you to David Woodward. Thanks a million. Really appreciate it. Lot 2, the trip on Sydney. Has gone for $4,500. David must be enjoying the Guinness. To David Woodward. Thanks a million, David. Lot 3, the Coolmore stud has gone to Anne-Marie Whelan for $3,000.
Oh my, you'll have
That's
a wonderful time, Anne-Marie.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. Lot 4, the Ultimate Kitchen package from Morphy Richards has gone to Mr. Charles Curran. Charles, thank you so, so much. It's a wonderful package. Thank you for doing that.
He's just a big supporter, Charles. Where are we?
And the private
Book of
tour
Kells.
of Sydney of the Book of Kells has gone to Yvonne Labat at $1,000. And sorry, I just have a message there.
Is it anything to do with tonight, or is it about your washing?
It's right here.
Oh, there it is. That's a great photograph.
That's fantastic. So the my apologies. So the bid for Alan Joyce has gone for $4,500 to Danny Finnerty. Danny, you'll have a wonderful time. Thank you so much indeed for doing that and for supporting the work of the Ireland Funds. We really, really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Well done. Round of applause for everybody.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Can I say a huge thank you to Jennifer, all the young leaders, to Yvonne Labat, who's an amazing chairman of the Ireland Funds. We couldn't do what we do without her. We have a lot of supporters, but a lot of time goes in behind the scenes, as you can imagine. So thanks to everyone. And now I think we're throwing quickly
We are. We're thrown to the man himself. Thank you so much, everybody. And thanks the young leaders for all your hard work. It's been a big success, and thank you. Would you get up and dance and bash your table and stamp your feet to the talents of Kieran Gribben?
Thank you. Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's wonderful to be here. I'm going to get things started. We're on the run into Christmas, and I'm going to sing possibly one of the greatest songs ever written, but in my opinion, the greatest Irish song ever written by a band called The Pogues. This one's called Fairy Tale in New York. So I know everybody knows the lyrics. Paul, you know the lyrics of this one. Teresa even knows the lyrics of this one. It was Christmas Eve, babe, and the drum time. To me, I won't see another one. So then he sang a song, the red old Mountain Dew, and I turned my face away and dreamed about you. I got on a lucky one. I came well, I got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, everybody in Australia. I love you, baby. I can see another time when all our dreams will come true. Cars big as bars, they got rivers to go, but the wind blows right through you, it's no place for the old. And when you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome, you were pretty, queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held up for more. The Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced to the night. And the boys of the NYPD choir singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. You're a bum, you're a punk, you're an old slut of junk, lying there on that bed on that trip almost dead. Are you scumbag, you maggot, are you cheap, lousy faggot? A Merry Christmas, may our sight play God, it's our last. And the boys of the NYPD choir was singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. Everybody. And I love you, baby. La da 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 da. Well, I could have been someone. Well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me. When I first found you, I kept them with me, babe. And I bought them with my own. I can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. And the boys in the NYPD choir are singing Galway Bay. And the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. And I love you, baby. La da da do do do. Dee da dee da do. Dee da dee da dee da. La da da do do. Dee da dee do. Everyone knows the words. And the boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay. And the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. Ah, yes. Oh, it's so lovely. Thank you, everybody in this studio, and what a great team to pull this all together. Paul and Teresa, wonderful work. The first ever, and everyone on this team here in front of us. I know everyone listening online and viewing online can't see it, but there's a team here who have pulled this all together, and I feel pretty lucky, pretty privileged to be standing in this room. And how good is it to be Irish living in Australia? Oh man, we got the best of both worlds. Born in the best country and living in one of the best countries, if not the best. Close, they're very close, I would have to say. But it's wonderful to be here. For the next sort of 25, 30 minutes, I'm going to try and entertain you singing loads of Irish songs and maybe snippets of Irish songs. We'll try and move through a lot of them, but songs that everyone knows and loves. I'm going to do a song from the north of Ireland, not too far from... Where are you from, Paul? Belfast? Belfast. Well, we're in County Down then. There's part of Belfast and County Down. Is that right? All right. So this is the star of the County Down. This one's for Paul. Apparently, Paul's an amazing Irish dancer, and we're going to have a close-up of Paul doing on the table doing Irish dancing for this one. Bridgetown in the County Down one morning in July. I done a boring drink and a sweet Colleen, and just smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her 2 white feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. I such a coaxing elf, I sure shook myself to make sure she was standing there. From Bantry Bay and the Derry Cave, from Galway to Dublin town, I know me I've seen like a sweet Colleen that I met in the County Down. Well, at the harvest fair, she'll be surely there, and I'll dress in my Sunday clothes, with my hat cocked right and my shoes shone bright, with a smile from a nut brown rose. No pipe I smoke, no horse I'll yoke, till my clothes are rust coloured brown. Till my own fireside, she's a smiling bright, she's the star of the County Down. From Bantry Bay and the Derry Cave, from Galway to Dublin town, I know me I've seen like a sweet Colleen that I met in the County Down. Hey! Is anybody at home dancing now? I bet there is. Paul hasn't made the dance, and I'm pretty disappointed that Paul's not beside me. Oh, he's coming, he's coming. Here we go. Come on, you got to get in the shot. You got to get over here, this part here. He's coming, ladies and gentlemen. All the way from Belfast town. This man is a pro. Are you ready? You see, you need to get over this way a bit. We'll get you into shot. There we go. Are you ready? He's a pro. Well, at the harvest spare, she'll be surely there in a dress and my Sunday clothes. With my hat cocked right and my shoes sun bright, with a smile from a nut brown rose. And no pipe I smoke, no horse I'll yoke, till my plough is a rust-coloured brown. Till my own fireside sits a smiling bright, she's the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay and the Derry Cave, from a Galway to Dublin town. I know made I've seen like a sweet Colleen that I met in the county. One more time. From Bantry Bay and the Derry Cave, from a Galway to Dublin town. I know made I've seen like the sweet Colleen. Big finish. That I met in the county down. He's all right, he's all right. He's still on the floor here. He's out of shot. Oh, he's coming up. We can get a shot of his backside. Good on him, good on him. Legend, legend. I hope everyone at home is having a good time in all over Australia. I've got a few names in front of me here. I'm going to say a few hellos to people. All right, hang on. Yvonne Leba, I know that woman. She's trouble, definitely. We're going to do a song for her. And Kieran Murray in Melbourne. Kieran Murphy in Melbourne, along with Sonia Sullivan, VIPs and everything. Man, this is amazing. Well, we'll do a song for Melbourne and the Irish of Melbourne. Then there's a few there we mentioned. Although Yvonne's in Sydney. What are we doing then? I reckon I'm gonna welcome to the stage a German man who's over here, and I've coaxed a German man to come on stage and play a bit of guitar with me. We'll stay in the north of Ireland for this next one. That was the star of the county down in Banbridge. The next one is from a boy called Van Morrison from Belfast, and I'll set it up here. This boy's name is Tilo, and he's very, very talented. So I just met Tilo earlier on, and I said, "There's a spare guitar over there. Why waste it? Come over and stand at this side of you so everyone can see you in the shot." So the camera's here. We got it. There we go. Look at this. Come over here beside me. There we go. Don't go too far away. Stay about there. Stay about there. Come over there. Everyone can see you. And there we go. Perfect. Oh, we gotta get some of that. All the way from Dresden, just outside of Banbridge, we got Tilo. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance, with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance, neath the cover of October sky. And all the leaves on the trees will fall to the sound of the breezes will blow. And I'm trying to please the call of my heartstrings, a place I don't know. And all the night magic tunes to a whispering hugs, and all the soul moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more dance with you, my love? Can I just make some sweet romance with you? Go on, Tilo. Make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come, and I know that the time it is just right. Straight into your arms am I run? Yeah, and all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes will blow. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I can make it my own. But all the night magic seems to whisper in hush, and all the soul moonlight seems to shine in your blush. I cannot love. Can I just make some sweet romance with you? My love. Yeah, but all the night magic seems to a whisper in her hand. All the soul moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more dance with you, my love? Can I just make some sweet romance with you, my love? One more dance in the moonlight on a magic night all over Australia. The Irish are here in town, partying in their living rooms in Sydney and Melbourne and Brisbane and Adelaide and all over this beautiful country called Australia. We've even got a German playing Van Morrison. What else do we need? Life doesn't get any better. In the moonlight on a magic night. La 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 la. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? All the way from Dresden. He's definitely got Irish blood, this man. He's definitely got an Irish one. That was Tilo. So he comes here and he thinks he's doing like setting up gear and cameras and sound and stuff, and he's not here 10 minutes. He's like, so I have to play guitar as well? Yeah, you do, mate. That's the way the Irish work. You don't get doing just what you thought you were going to get doing. The Irish have jobs for you. It's great. Thank you so much, mate. Awesome. Well, I'm going to do a song. We'll go south. We've been in the north. We've done Star of the County Down. We've done Van Morrison. We've got to go south. We'll go to Dublin, will we? We'll go to Dublin. Why not? All right, we're going to do a song from a wee band from Dublin. You might have heard of them. They're called U2. They did okay in their day. They're still releasing material, you know. They're doing okay. They're doing okay. They've made a few dollars. And this one's called Where the Streets Have No Name. I've got a loop station at my feet here that I'm building loops, just in case you think I'm not playing this guitar. Everything is live. I am playing everything live. Everybody in their living rooms, in their bedrooms, wherever you're at in Australia. Where the streets have no name, let's hear you sing. Where the streets have no name, I'm still I could almost hear. Thank you so much. I could almost hear. I'm imagining everyone across this country of Australia, all these Irish going, isn't it great? How good's Irish music? The songwriters of Ireland, how amazing. We were brought up with all of this amazing music. So I've done a bit of rock and roll, and I'm gonna, hang on a second. Apparently there's a birthday boy, and I don't know where this boy's at. His name is Patrick Tuttles. Where's Patrick based? Does anyone know? He's in Sydney. Very fancy. It's his birthday. Is he 21? Someone's shouting in the studio he's 21. He's accomplished a lot, hasn't he, for a 21-year-old? So we're going to sing a wee bit of happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Patrick. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Oh, well, great. Who else have we got here? Niall Ronan, another Sydney-based boy, and Graham Scott in Sydney. Wow, great. Well, we'll do a song for these boys. I hope everyone's enjoying their evening. I certainly am enjoying performing here tonight. So what we've done a bit of rock and roll in the Irish front. We can't not do songs from Ireland unless we touch on a little bit of the classic sort of folk, the trad songs. So what are we going to do? We've done the north, we've done the east, Dublin. We'll go west. At Arranmore, in the county Galway, one pleasant evening, in the mountain bay, well, I spied a damsel. She was fair and handsome, her beauty surely took my breath away. She wore no jewels, nor a costly diamond, no paint, no powder, none at all. She wore a bonnet, with the ribbon on it, and round her shoulders was a Galway shawl. We started walking, she started talking. Her father's cottage came into view. She said, "Come in, sir, and meet my father, and play to please him, the foggy Jew." One more time on the chorus. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, no none at all. She wore a bonnet, with the ribbon on it, and round her shoulders was a Galway shawl. Oh yes, the Galway shawl, fantastic! What a song! All right, well, I have to say, I'm very, very impressed that we were able to pull this all together on a Friday evening. Like, usually on a Friday, I'm surprised we actually got there in the end. But it looked as if we've been doing this for years. Totally professional in every way. But I expected nothing else from Teresa. Teresa's a tough taskmaster. She just gets it done. Exactly. We were going to get there. And we have got there. All right, we're staying in the West. This is a song from a band called the Cranberries. And sadly, Dolores O'Riordan's not with us anymore, so this one's for Dolores up in heaven, singing with the angels. And it's called Zombie. And I know everybody knows the words in this one.
particularly the chorus. So I want like all the sort of rock stars, the Irish rock stars. You can put your sunglasses on, even though it's nighttime, but we're going to do it anyway. Another mother's broken heart is slowly taken, and the violence causes silence. Oh, are we mistaken? Can't you see it's not me, it's not my family? In your head, they're still fighting with their tank and their boat and their boat and their gun. In your head, they're still dying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Hey, hey, what's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Hey, 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 oh, 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 another head hangs lowly, toiling slowly, taken. And the silence causes violence. Who are we mistaken? And it's the same old thing since 1960. In your head, and they're still fighting with their tanks and their boats and their boat and their gold. In your head, and they're still dying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Hey, hey, what's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Hey, 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 oh, 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 see ya. From Limerick City in the west of Ireland, the Cranberries, the great Dolores O'Riordan. Amazing. Bit of rock and roll. All right, we're saying we're in rock and roll mode. We cannot do Irish songs without talking about a band called Thin Lizzy. Bit of rock and roll indeed. This one's called Whiskey in the Jar. I'm going to set up a bit of a beat here. All right, I'm going to imagine like everyone's at home with their hands in their air and they're clapping. I'm imagining this because I can't see it, but I know that everyone is doing this because my ego is so amazing. It flows through the airwaves and everyone's at home doing this.
There we go, rock and roll, rock and roll. Paul's doing it over there. I can't even get the people in the studio to do it, let alone everyone at home. All right, this one's called Whiskey in the Jar. And as I was going over the Cork and Cherry Mountain, I met with Captain Farrell, and his money he was counting. And I first produced my pistol, and then produced my rapier. I said, stand and deliver, or the devil he may take it. Sure, and I'ma die. Come on, whack for my daddy-o, whack for my daddy-o. Now there's a whiskey in the jar. Yeah, well, I took hold of this morning, and it was a pretty penny. Oh, and I took hold of this morning, and I give it all to the Ireland Funds. Yeah, she swore that she loved me, never would she leave me. But if the devil take that woman, for you know she tricked me easy, and I'm a sure ring, da-ma-do-da-ma-da. Everybody sing, come on. Whack for my daddy-o, whack for my daddy-o. Now there's a whiskey in the jar. We'll go one more time. Mushering, dama-do-dama-da. Come on, the Irish of Australia. Whack for my daddy-o, whack for my daddy-o. Now there's a whiskey in the jar. Ah, the great Phil Lynott from Dublin's fair city. Beautiful, beautiful. So who else is listening here in the World Wide Web, channeling it all over the place? We got the Irish Support Agency. Is that it? They're very important, aren't they, Teresa? Very, very important. So are the Sydney Queer Irish. They're even more important. And, of course, the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee. How could we forget? They're the most important. Apart from me, of course. You know, my ego again, back to that. And Paul's Irish dancing was pretty spectacular. I'm still trying to get over that. The music's been good, but the dancing's been spectacular. So we're coming near the end of my performance. I might have another couple of tunes here. Have we got a special? What have we got? What does that say there? Teresa's coming in. Oh, I did. I sang him. You missed it. I did his birthday. Yeah, he's not having two birthdays. Patrick is definitely not having two birthdays. We sang him a birthday earlier on. He's special, but he's not that special. He's very, very important. All right, so we got to do a couple of upbeat numbers here before we got to raise the bar. So we've got. I'm going to offer this out to Teresa. You can choose, Teresa, what we've got here. We have got Teenage Kicks by the Undertones, a bit of rock and roll. We got Tell Me Ma Tell Me Ma. I've had Teresa Keating sing on stage with me before. I reckon I could get her up for a bit of Tell Me Ma. I reckon. I know she is a very talented lady, is Teresa. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll start it, and then in the middle of this song, we're not having a rehearsal. We're just going straight in. I'm going to go, ladies and gentlemen, Teresa Keating, and you can walk on and take it home. All right? That's how we're doing this. All right. And it's nobody's watching anyway, Teresa. It's just going out across the whole world. No pressure. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a court and a 1, 2, 3. Please would you tell me who is she? Woo! Now Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for. I knock at the door and ring the bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes, as white as snow, now rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. Oh, Johnny Love, he says he'll die if he doesn't get the fella with the roving eye. I tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but it's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a curtain, a 1, 2, 3. Please, would you tell me who is she? All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome to the stage the one and only Miss Teresa Keating. Would you please join me on stage here, Teresa? Come on, I'm not having no for an answer, everybody. I know, you have to come over and at least nod in approval. At least nod your head in approval. Come in beside me. This woman here, everybody can see. You can see yourself on that little screen now. This woman here is a great woman. She's done so much for amazing charities all over Ireland and Australia and raised a lot of money, and I'm very, very lucky to know this young lady. Now, we're going to do this together.
Only the chorus.
Right, we're in together. Come in tight. Come into this here.
Here we go.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's the curtain, a 1, 2, 3. Please, would you tell me who is she? And her name is Teresa Keating, ladies and gentlemen. Now tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but it's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a court and a 1, 2, 3 in Sydney City, all over Australia. Oh, please won't you tell me who is she? Teresa Keating is my hero. Oh yes! Oh yes! All right, that was pretty good. I don't know if have we got time for one more. I reckon we do. We have time for one more. Well, I just got to say thank you to all the crew here for putting this together. Teresa, Paul, and all the crew here to really pull this together. It's the very first one in the virtual space. Thank you everyone for tuning in, no matter where you're at in Australia. Isn't it wonderful to be living in this great country called Australia and be Irish and have this community that we have? It's wonderful to be a part of it. I hope to see you when the gigs come back. Check out my website. You'll be able to see what I'm doing. And please check out the new single. It's out today. It's called Victoria. I'm going to leave you with a song. I'm going to leave you with a song. It was written, it's an Irish song, but the Irish are great at stealing songs. Did you know that Dirty Old Town wasn't even written by an Irishman, and it's written about Salford in Manchester? Yes, but being Irish, we just said, that's a great song, that's an Irish song. We wrote it. We're having it. Yeah, so we had Dirty Old Town, and here's another one. This one is called The Galway Girl. It's written by an American boy called Steve Earle, but it's definitely an Irish song. Definitely. Steve Earle doesn't know it yet, but he was born in Ireland. Right, so, last tune. Everywhere where you are, the Irish in Australia, we need hand claps. And you know the words. Oh, well, I took a stroll on the old long walk on the day. I met a little girl and I started to talk on a fine Saturday. And I asked you, friend, oh, what's a fella to do? Because her hair was black and her eyes are blue. And I knew right there, well, I've been taking the world. And I saw to a prom with a Galway girl. A diddly dum dum, a diddly do, a diddly diddly day, dum a diddly day, a diddly do, a diddly dum dum. We couldn't afford a fiddle player, so I have to do that part. We couldn't even afford a tin whistle player. Teresa can sing, but she's a terrible tin whistle player. I was halfway there when the rain came down on the day. She took me up to a flat town on a fine Saturday. And I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? Because her hair was black and her eyes are blue. And you right there, well, I've been taking the world. Oh, and I saw to a prom with a Galway girl. A diddle 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 dum a diddle dum dum a diddle diddle dum a diddle 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 dum diddle 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 a diddle dum a diddle dum. Boys and girls, I hope you guys have had a wonderful time. We certainly have had a wonderful time. I certainly have had a wonderful time. When I awoke, I was all alone on the day with a broken heart and a ticket home. When I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? Yeah, her hair was black and her eyes are blue. Oh, and I knew right there, and I'm taking the world around the Salthill Plum with the Galway girl. Yeah, a diddle lay day dum. A diddle diddle a diddle 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 a diddle do a diddle 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 a diddle Thank you very much, everybody. Paul, good on you, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, around Australia, please put your hands together for Kieran Gribben. Fantastic way to end our virtual reality fundraiser. This man, Kieran Gribben, whether you want him in Melbourne, in Brisbane, or in Sydney, you contact Teresa, his new manager and his new agent. Kieran Gribben, another round of applause, this wonderful talent. Thank you so much for all you've donated and helping us raise the money for Ireland Funds Australia. Good night, God bless you, and let's hope 2021 we can meet for real. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.